Hello, welcome to, I think this is going to be my second Vlogmas. This is going to be a cozy, spend the night with me, let's do my hair, I need to wash my hair. I'm going to do my tanning routine with you guys as well because I need to fake tan. And let's just spend a cozy evening together. I want to make ramen, like a nice winter warmer weather. Like I hate how dark it gets so early, like it's not even 5 p.m. yet and it's like dark and it's been dark for a good hour. So if we can just spend the night together, let's romanticize the dark evenings. And I spoke about this in my last video, but just sort of almost leaning into what this time of year is about. So that obviously it's darker, you know, we can light some different candles, we can get all cozy. I want to watch a film, we can make some cozy food, like treat ourselves to a really nice cozy night. And if you guys are on your own or feeling sad down in the dumps, hopefully this can either entertain you or you can have a cozy night in with me, vlog style. So first things first is I've created a little bit of a mess because I've been doing my alphalete package shenanigans today. So I'm gonna tidy that up. I've already tidied up all my old colours, but I'm just gonna tidy that up. I then need to nip to the shop to get some bits for my ramen, and then we're gonna start this cozy night in. But step one is making sure that my space is tidy. We need to make sure the space is tidy. Can we just take a moment for how cute these colours are? This is going up tomorrow, so it's going to go up before my review, and my review will be the next video after this. It's going to take up a Vlogmas spot, but like, look at how cute all these new amplify colours are. We've got like a really pretty orangey shade, burgundy, a deep green, a nude. But yeah, I need to be working on my review, but I'm going to make sure that I take all this stuff out of the room, so I'm not thinking about it. Girly Pop wants to chill. Nothing groundbreaking, but we've put everything away just because I used to do this thing when I'd get my alphalete stuff, and I'm sure that anyone with like any normal job and anything to do with work can relate, but like I just used to think, well, there's no point in tidying it up because I'm just going to make a mess again tomorrow, which is absolutely true, I am, but then on an evening I'd just be like so antsy. So yeah, I've put everything away so that I'm not looking at it, and I'm now just going to go and get some bits that I need for ramen, and then I'm going to come back and we will wash my hair and I'll show you my hair care routine. But yeah. Okay, so I've just got back from Tesco and getting the bits and bobs that I needed, so let's get into the shower routine. I'm going to talk you through my hair care routine a little, because I do get a lot of questions about that, and I've never actually done it on YouTube. I've done it on Instagram, not on YouTube. So yeah, my hair has always been pretty good. I don't want to be a snake oil salesman and say this product has given me like amazing hair. I've always had pretty good hair. Like if you've been following me since the start, you'll know Girly Pop used to be like silver. She used to be like silver, white, blonde. So the fact that my hair is like, I've got this much hair still, and it grows and it looks healthy is nothing short of a miracle, quite frankly, because I went blonde from having like box dye black hair. So I definitely do have good hair genes. I don't know which side they come from, but shout out to mum or dad, whoever they come from. However, my hair health has definitely improved since I started doing certain things. And also a little fun fact you might not know about me is I actually have a tuft on the back of my head because on like a party holiday I had a really snatched ponytail in, and it actually left me with a bald patch on the back of my head. Please be careful. Like honestly, it sounds really dramatic, but hair is such a big thing. Like my hair has always been okay, so when my sister found the bald patch, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry. I was really worried about it. I was like looking up if I was gonna have to get like injections or something, and I've been so lucky that it's grown back. But please, like I have a little tuft at the back, I don't know, you probably won't be able to see it because my hair's greasy, but you might be able to see it when I've like dried my hair. Please stop wearing your hair in such tight styles all the time, or if you have your hair done and it feels particularly tight, please, like if your hair is hurting and you're ending up with like lumps on your head from how tight your styles have been, especially if you've got a similar hair type to me, like I'm white, like I don't have hair that can withstand like such strong styles, please be careful, because trust me, it's not worth it. And I've now got a little tuft at the back of my head. I know I'm going to get asked about this because I used to do it a lot. I don't do it as much anymore, but I do still oil my hair with rosemary oil. I use the Miel one, but this oil isn't pure rosemary oil, it's got other stuff in it, and I've never had an issue with it. And I do notice a difference in particular with like my scalp health when I'm keeping up with oiling, and I did get over time, not straight away, I did get decent results from hair oiling, and it, like my hair just felt healthier because I would mainly use it on my scalp, but I would also bring it through my ends. But I'm not going to oil my hair today because I'm actually going to shower like imminently, and I like to leave my oil in for a while. But again, if you are oiling your hair, please consider not putting it in a slick back bun when you've oiled it, because again, like your hair, it's sort of like, I mean, I know it's easy because your hair's like sort of greasy because you put all that oil in it, so it feels like it makes sense, but you are going to be pulling on your hairline, and some hair types can take it, others cannot. So I just wanted to give a little warning there about slick styles, especially when you've got like a lot of product in your hair. So yeah, before I wash my hair, I always brush it first because I find it helps me when I am washing it, and when I come out, and I don't like, you know, properly ragging on my hair when it's wet, because your hair is going to be compromised when it's wet, so I don't like to have to brush loads of knots out. So the more I can minimise that, the better. And I like to do a bit of scalp massaging before I wash my hair. It's nothing to do, for me, it's nothing to do with like blood stimulation or anything like that. It's because it's because my scalp is actually getting quite dry because it's getting very cold. Like all of a sudden in England it's really cold, so my scalp has been quite dry. So this is going to sound so gross, but I'm essentially doing this to exfoliate my scalp, to lift anything that needs to come off my scalp off, so that when I wash my hair it will just wash out, rather than washing my hair and still having a bunch of like dead skin on my scalp. So I've just finished massaging my scalp. I'm going to hop in the shower, but before I do, I just wanted to show you that I use this Aveeno body oil. Basically, when my tan needs to come off to help it break down, I cover myself in Aveeno oil, and I find when I get in the shower, all I need to do is lightly exfoliate my skin with a glove, and my tan comes off really easily, because I'm also going to exfoliate my body to get my tan off so that I can fake tan this evening. But yeah, this is what I'm going to put all of my body. Just helps to lift my tan off beautifully, and it's not like harsh or anything, it's literally a body oil.
Check. AK-47 clips for breakfast. Tell your niggas that you about to end up on that checklist. List that'll have your neighborhood on search watch. Bad bitches.
Okay, so I have got out of the shower now. I'm feeling all clean, feeling fun, feeling fresh. Whilst I'm in the shower, I like to like either listen to podcasts or I watch YouTube. Well, I don't watch YouTube videos, but I listen to YouTube videos. So whilst I was in the shower, I was finishing off some of the girls' bathroom that I was listening to earlier, today's episode that came out. And right now I'm just using my new vitamin C serum that I got in my Harvey Nicks advent calendar. I'm doing like daily unboxings on TikTok, but I'm also going to be including in like my normal vlogs what's in the doors that I'm doing. I'm just not doing it day by day, if that makes sense. I'm doing it like grouped at a time, but this was today's. It's the Rodial vitamin C drops, and I just feel like, why not treat myself and use these? I wanted to speak to you about hair and everything I'm about to put on my hair and everything I've just used on my hair in the shower. So, oh, I've just caught my earring on my towel. So when I've showered, I always use like a microfiber towel on my hair afterwards. This is just a Coco and Eve one that came with a face mask, but you can get them like really cheap on Amazon. That actually smells a little bit, not gonna lie. That needs to go in the wash. In terms of post-shower products, I've been keeping it very simple recently because my hair actually really needs cutting, but I'm an idiot, and my hairdresser literally told me, about a month ago, he was like, Amy, you need to book in your Christmas appointment, and I was like, yeah, I will. I left it too late, and now I can't get in before Christmas, and my hair needs a cut, like my layers need redoing. My hair's getting very, like if I show you, it's very long and it's getting very weighed down, so the less product I can put in it, to be honest, the better. So the only thing I'm putting in my hair at the moment after showering is Olaplex oil. That's the only thing I'm putting in, and sometimes I will let it air dry, sometimes I will put it in braids if I want to have like wavy hair. Sometimes I will air wrap it, which is what I'm going to do today because I've been asked so many times to show you guys how I air wrap my hair. So in terms of what I use on my hair in the shower, I rotate between these two shampoos. So I rotate between the Pureology Hydrate purple one and the Way Detox shampoo. I don't use the Way Detox shampoo every single time I wash my hair. I was doing this before and I found, first of all, it wasn't like working as well on my hair. Second of all, it was stripping my colour like an idiot. So I rotate between these, and I wash my hair like 2 or 3 times a week now. I used to be a 1 time a week girl, however, I really don't think it was working for me anymore. My hair was getting greasy by like day 3, and then to only wash it once a week, I'm then having to scrape it up 4 days a week, which is causing havoc on my hairline. That's not better for my hair than just washing it when it's greasy. And I also just feel so much cleaner washing it more frequently. That's not for me to say if you wash your hair once a week you're dirty. Everyone's hair type is different, but my hair was so greasy by like day 4. It was super greasy, and I just didn't feel clean. So I feel a lot better since doing that. So I wash my hair like 2-3 times a week. If I do it 3 times, it'll be 2 times this, 1 times this. If I do it 2 times, 1 time this, 1 time this. Some weeks I skip this if I don't feel like I need it, but I can tell when I need it because my hair will just like weigh down even more than usual. And when you use this for the first time, it's genuinely life-changing. My hair is like fluffy and light. I've not used it today, I used this one because this was my last wash, but my hair is like fluffy and light when I use it. It's insane. It's like one of the best hair products I have ever tried. And then in terms of conditioner at the moment, my 2 favourites are the Living Proof Perfect Hair Daily and the Briego, I don't know how you say it, Briego hair mask, the Don't Despair Repair. I will use this once a week, once every 2 weeks, and this I use as like my standard conditioner. I love them both. This doesn't have a super strong, like amazing, gorgeous scent, but my hair just feels clean and my hair does smell nice. It's just not a super strong and like overpowering scent. 2 things are not hair related, but I just thought I'd show you. My favourite cleanser pretty much of all time is the Inculus Salicylic Acid Cleanser. It gives me no issues. My skin feels great when I use it, and I have no issues with it. So it's been my favourite for a hot minute now. And then my Sol de Janeiro Bombardier Bright body wash. This helps me a lot with my keratosis pilaris. I don't know how do you say it. I've basically got like strawberry skin on my arms, but I pick at it when I get anxious and when I pick at it, it scars and I end up like my arms are really bad sometimes. So this really helps me sort of try and keep it at bay a little bit more, so there's less for me to pick at, because it's got the AHA, BHAs in it, and it does actually help me. But I do want to try the Naturium body wash as well. But yeah, and then when I got out of the shower, I also put on a little bit of moisturizer on my elbows and knees and ankles for when I fake tan, but I'm not going to fake tan until later in the evening. And I also put on a bit of perfume. I know that some people might find it weird, but I really like smelling good when I go to bed, and with this being like a cozy night in vlog, I really wanted to use my Jo Malone Myrrh and Tonka because that scent to me is Christmas. And my mum got me it, so it reminds me of my mum. So yeah, shout out to Zebra. She's really always does the best when it comes to gifts, and it's just such a like Christmassy scent. The only time of year I wear it is Christmas because it screams Christmas to me, but also I want to keep it as like my Christmas scent. So let's get into the hair. We're going to Dyson Airwrap it. I'm going to take you through to my Dyson Airwrap and I'm going to show you how I do it. Hey, hello, welcome to welcome to the cupboard. We're going to Dyson Airwrap my hair. So to start with, I do brush my hair through. I just make sure I'm doing it as gently as possible. I start at the bottom and then I work my way up. Do not like just brush your hair from the top down, especially when it's wet and it's got knots in it. But as you can see, I don't actually even have that many knots in it, and that is because I brushed it before I showered. If I hadn't done that, I would have had a lot more knots, but like look at how easy that was to do. And I always use Tangle teasers for my hairbrushes now. I feel like this lighting's making me look like I've got no eyebrows. Okay, so I have just put in some heat protectant. It's just the VO5 one, it's nothing groundbreaking. And now I'm just gonna go in with my Dyson Airwrap. I use the hairdryer attachment first to like blast through my hair and get it a little bit sort of more dry, and then I go in with the other attachments. But when I'm doing that, I will show you. Okay, so I've like blasted through my hair. I wouldn't say it's like quite 80% dry yet. I would say we're getting there, but it's not quite like as dry as it needs to be to go in with the curling tools. But I've mainly focused on drying my roots and top part, and to make sure that my hair doesn't go like hella frizzy, I'm actually going to use one of the straightening attachments now. And I really do love my Airwrap, to be honest. It was a present again from my mum. My mum got me my Airwrap. I just love how my hair looks when I Airwrap it, and it's so quick as well. Like, it's probably going to take me 25 minutes from how you saw me before to my hair being finished. For like from wet to fully dry and also styled is probably like 20-25 minutes with my Airwrap, which is invaluable when I'm in a rush. So yeah, I'm now going to go in with the straight attachment. Okay, we are now on the home stretch. I say the home stretch, but this bit actually does take the longest. So now we're going to move on to actually curling my hair using my Airwrap. So there are two different curling attachments that come with a Dyson Airwrap. When I'm doing my hair and I want it to be a little bit curlier, obviously I use a skinnier one. When I want it to give more blow dry straight away, I use the fat curling wand. However, even using the skinnier one, it will eventually sort of fade to look more like you've just blow dried it, but I don't mind that. That doesn't bother me. Does the Airwrap work? I massively think it depends on your hair type. I think if you've got really fine hair that doesn't hold a style well anyway, then I don't think an Airwrap will work particularly well. I do think it is very dependent on your hair type. I'm quite lucky. My hair has always held styles quite well. The Airwrap still definitely does drop out quicker than if I use a curling one, but I use my Airwrap when I want a different sort of look. I don't want it to look so like polished or like, I don't know, done almost. Sometimes I do it in big sections. I'm going to do it in like small to medium this time, just because I want to make sure that it's properly curling. But one of the main things is you want to make sure that you keep tension. When I first got my Airwrap, I didn't at all. So you want to make sure that you're like pulling it, not like ragging on your root or like, you know, pulling your hair out, but keeping tension. So you can see like if I'm pulling that, like I'm pulling on my scalp, it's actually got tension to it. It's not just loosely wrapped around. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how I Airwrap. So I do hot for the majority, and then I push the button up to do it cold for the last portion, to try and cool it down, and then I like hold it for a bit and then I will drop it. So she's going cold, she's going cold, and then I'm going to turn off. I'm going to slide up. I'm just going to hold it for a second, hold it, and then it's like that, and it looks weird, but I'm just going to pop it around the back and work my way around my head, swap the barrel when I get to the other side of my hair, and yeah, and I always work back to front as well. Okay, I've just taken down, so I've just done the bottom part, and now I've taken down the top section of my hair. Same thing again, so I'm literally just going to do the exact same thing again, but this time, because I did this side first last time, I like to switch which side I do first. I don't know why, I just like doing it like that, because I feel like with an air wrap, obviously things drop out, so I'd rather have bottom bit maybe a bit looser, top bit tighter, bottom bit a bit tighter, top bit looser, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, I hope it makes sense, but that's sort of how I do it. But I'm just going to do the other half of my hair.
Cool cachet. In the 90s, early 2000s, started becoming more a cool cachet from clothing, some of y'all. Especially because people were also protesting. All the more clear, you're not excluded. Come on. And now, it's gonna be that tension. Some of this tribalism has come together. But do you see how the real where there's proximity to weight?
I look like Mr. Tumnus right now, but we're on the final tiny little bit. So what I do with my front bits is I leave them separate. I don't do them with the rest of my hair, and then I'll either use a round brush, which I'm not going to use today because I feel like it's going to be a bit too much tension, or I go with the big fat juicy barrel and I basically curl it up and away from my hair. The air wrap actually wasn't grabbing my hair at all there, so I've done it like this instead. But to be fair, even when I use a round brush, it's the exact same thing. It's sort of pulling it away, bringing it up, bringing it back down, and trying to get a bit more volume in the front. And then you just unravel her, and she looks absolutely mental because you've done both sides at the same time. Sometimes it comes out a little funky when I do this, but yeah, it's basically like super voluminous in the front there where I've done that, and then the rest of my hair is obviously like incredibly curly, so I would usually actually brush through it, but because I'm not going anywhere, I might actually like just leave it. But my hair is like super voluminous, and yeah, in terms of like rejudging with an air wrap, you can actually rejudge it. So if I wanted to use it again in the morning, I actually could go over it with the curlers again, especially with the middle bit, like my front bits. I will often redo that with a round brush. So yeah, I will actually put you in some better lighting so you can see my hair a little bit better once. Yeah, this is a closer look at my hair. I'm sort of just going through it with my fingers so that you guys can see how it will look when I brush it out, because usually I would. The only reason I'm not going to brush it out properly is just because I have done it on an evening. I kind of want it to hold a little bit better, but not crazy. I'm not bothered if it's like just a little wavy. To be honest, I mainly did this so I could show you guys, but also because with the seasonal saddies, which I definitely do suffer with. So by the way, this is my hair then when you do that. It's sort of like just like a very bouncy sort of like curly look. I really like it. I feel like it looks really good, and this is how it looks from the back. I feel like it looks really healthy, really shiny, and just yeah, I feel like it looks good. But yeah, with like the seasonal saddies, I feel like one of the worst things that I do, and I make this mistake every year and I'm trying not to do it this year, is just completely neglect my appearance because I'm so down at this time of year. I just really struggle at this time of year, but I'm trying not to do that this year. So little things like putting a perfume on when I get out of the shower that's like really like nice and warm, trying to do different things with my hair, so like air wrapping it instead of just letting it naturally air dry, and then in the morning being like I can't be asked to do anything with it and then it just rolls on, or like braiding my hair when it's wet so that it can be like crimped and like big and look cool. Fake tanning, trying to stay on top with that. Like, as silly as it sounds, it makes me feel better and it makes me actually want to go and do stuff a bit more, a little extra incentive to go and do shit. It sounds silly, but it genuinely does really help me. So if you are in a similar sort of seasonal saddies situation, it can help a little bit. It won't cure it, but it definitely does help, just putting a little bit of energy into yourself and like using the cozy nights to your advantage basically. So now that my hair is done, I'm absolutely bloody starving. So let's make some ramen together. Let's get our chef hat on. We're gonna make some ramen together. I'm gonna show you how I do it. This is one of my favorite recipes to make when it's cold and miserable outside. It's quite spicy, but you can make it less spicy by using less of the hot red pepper paste or using a different paste, full stop. I put a lot of ginger in mine as well, which makes it very spicy. I'm gonna make it for two, but I'm gonna do Dan's steak because I'm gonna do a steak ramen. I'm gonna do his steak later when he gets back from work so that it's nicer and fresher, but I'm gonna make the actual ramen now. I don't know if this is like a traditional ramen, so please, if it's not, I am really, really sorry. This is just how I've been making it for like the past couple of years, and it's one of my favorite things to make. And I much prefer using steak for ramens than chicken and stuff. I don't know why, I just do. This Korean hot red pepper paste, chopped garlic, chopped ginger. You also need a stock cube. If you're veggie, you could make a veggie version of this and use a vegetarian stock cube, but I'm gonna use a beef one because I'm using steak. Spring onions, pak choy, brown sugar, noodles and steak, and also like salt and pepper, but I feel like that's a given for any recipe. So I'm probably gonna do like a time lapse of this. But yeah, it's really quick, really easy to make, and it's so yummy. So I'm really, really, really excited to cook this. And whilst I am cooking, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos. I'm obsessed with this woman at the moment. I think she's called Cassie. She does like fashion videos, but I'm obsessed with her YouTube channel. It's so interesting for fashion stuff. So yeah, she made a video today called Has Everyone Just Forgiven Balenciaga? So I'm gonna watch that. And then I've got some video essay things I want to watch on YouTube. I really like watching video essays like on topical things. For example, someone I watch called Khadija has uploaded a video on the one drop rule, which obviously I'm not black, but I find it really interesting. It's basically hinged off the recent Beyonce situation, but stuff like that I always find really interesting. I like watching video essays. So yeah. Oh, Mia Green's just uploaded a new Vlogmas. I might watch that as well. But yeah, I'm gonna watch some YouTube whilst I'm cooking. So yeah, let's just get into the cooking because I'm bloody starving. is my ramen. She's finished, she's ready. Just a side note, the reason why I've done the noodles separate this time is because Dan won't be back from work for a little bit and I don't want his noodles to get soggy, so I didn't actually put them in the ramen. I did the noodles separate and then poured the sauce on top, but usually I would like stew the noodles in the soup. But yeah, I'm so excited to eat this. It's gonna be so yummy. So yummy. So I'm gonna eat this and light some candles. So I've just finished eating my food and now I'm about to put a film on. Like I mentioned about things like leaning into this time of year, a big thing for me is films. I love Christmas films. My favourite are Love Actually and The Grinch, but I don't want to watch The Grinch because I want to see if my mum wants to watch that this year, because when I was little, I was born and raised as a Freeview girly, okay? I didn't have Disney Channel, like, not because we couldn't afford it, like, let me be clear, we could afford it. My mum and dad have just never seen the point in paying for TV when you can get what you need for free, which pretty much just sums up my mum and dad in general. So we didn't have things like, you know, Sky Movies or like things on demand where you could go and watch things. So we'd go through the like TV guide and worked out when The Grinch was on every year, and then we'd like set like that we were going to watch it together, or that I was going to watch it at least. So I might see if my mum wants to do that this year, if it's going to be on TV, or obviously now I have the stick as we call it, so we can watch it whenever we want to watch it. But that being said, I think I'm going to watch Love Actually. And again, like, I mean, I can watch Love Actually and I can watch The Grinch at any point of the year, but I feel like because I struggle so much with this time of year and the darker evenings and the colder weather, and for me personally, I'm just going to speak completely honestly, I really struggle with Christmas Day. I cry every single Christmas Day. If you cry every single Christmas Day, sister, I feel you. I think it's a lot more normal than we might think it is. I cry on my birthday too. I just cry. I just find this time of year very reflective, but also very reminiscent on everyone who's not here anymore, which I'm trying not to do. I'm trying to focus on people that are still here, whilst they're still here. But I definitely do miss like my grandparents and stuff at this time of year. So, which we all do. Like a lot of people my age have lost grandparents. It's not like a niche thing, but yeah. And then another part of that with sort of like leaning in is candles, which you will have seen I've lit some. So I'm going to actually show you the candles. So this is one of my favourite candles, and this one is super cheap. So this one is actually, my sister got me it from Sainsbury's. It was a birthday present, but this actually went viral on TikTok like way after she got me it. It's called Morning Coffee. However, it doesn't smell like coffee at all. It smells like cookies, basically. If you've ever had like a cookie Yankee candle, that's how it smells, but stronger. It's so strong and it's such a good winter scent. Like I wouldn't want to burn this in like the height of summer. So I love this. And then these are my other two favourite candles. I really love the refreshed candle from Neom, but I do think I'm going to blow this one out because I'm scared it's going to run out, and I want to keep it. And also it doesn't really go with the other two I'm burning, whereas this one does definitely go with the other one. This is Replicas by the Fireplace, and it's so good, like so good. And it sort of adds, when I burn this with the Morning Coffee one, it's sort of like a really good, yummy sort of grown cookie burn smell in the best possible way. So yeah, I really love this candle, but I think I'm actually gonna blow this one out. 1 second. Bing. Bing bing.
To make out that we live in a world of hatred and greed. But I don't see that. It seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it's not particularly dignified or newsworthy, but it's always there. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, old friends. When the planes hit the Twin Towers, as far as I know, none of the phone calls from the people on board were messages of hate or revenge. They were all messages of love. If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is all around.
I love this film. Okay, I've decided I want a like sweet treat to end the evening in terms of food, and then before I go to bed I'm gonna fake tan, just because it's not meant to be kept on like ages and ages and ages, because it really dries my skin out if I keep it on too long. So I try to do it right before bed so then I can sleep in it, because I don't like tanning through the day. It just doesn't really work well for me. I want to make a hot chocolate. So I recently actually bought something very exciting, like very exciting, and that is this. This is one of the best things I've ever bought, and I've got the normal hot cocoa Ghost. This is the peppermint one, but I've got a tub of the normal as well. It's limited edition, they don't sell it all the time, and this is the first year I've tried it. The girls in my Discord mentioned earlier this year how good it is, and when I saw that it had come out, Dan mentioned it to me because he was buying other things in the Cyber Monday sale, and he was like, oh, should we get this? And I was like, yes, the Discord girls said it's good. This is so fucking good, and I'm kind of over cold protein snacks. Like all the Aldi Lidl ones are knocking me a bit sick at the moment. Protein shakes are knocking me sick at the moment. This is the only like protein snack I can tolerate at the moment, and at the end of the day it's like a nice warm hug. It's 20 grams of protein, and it doesn't feel like I actually want to drink this. It doesn't feel like I have to drink it for a macro topper. It's so nice, and it's such a nice thing to end the day with, or even like after you've been training on a morning when it's cold and you get back. I've sometimes been having it then as well, but I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna show you how I make it, because I've got a little knack to it, because the first time I made it, it had bits in it, so I'm gonna show you how I make it. But if you only buy one protein product this winter, let this be it, and it's limited edition, so go and grab it if you can. I don't work with Ghost, by the way. I just fucking love this. It's so good, like it honestly so good. And that is basically how I make my Ghost hot cocoa. Like I said, there's a little bit of a knack to it. I'm sure if you had like a hand whisk you would be fine, but if you just put hot water straight on it, it goes really clumpy and it's quite hard to mix. So I've started mixing in a bit of cold water, mixing it in, and then adding the hot water, and it just blends a lot better. Like there's no bits in this, it's like smooth chocolate. It's not like proteiny tasting. It's honestly probably one of the nicest protein supplements you could get. So I'm gonna drink this, spend some time with Dan, and I will see you when it's time to fake tan just before bed, and I'll show you what tan I use. But yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend. There he is. I'm gonna show you what I use to fake tan, because I'm about to tan, and then I'm gonna hop into bed. So we're gonna end this vlog here, but I'll show you what I use to tan, and I'll show you my tan when it's done, so you can see a before and after. Not an ad, not sponsored. I always pay for my own fake tan, and I've tried so many in previous years, not recent previous years, but when I was a lot younger. I'm gonna be honest, I would use sunbeds through winter, but it's really not worth it. My dad has had like multiple skin cancers cut out of him recently. He's had more cut out of him, and he's very lucky with like the one that's been cut out recently, that it's completely, you know, what's the right word, what's the word, benign. But it's something that I am really, really conscious of now, so I do not touch sunbeds anymore. And I used to feel so, like, I used to have a real thing against fake tanning when I was using sunbeds. I was like, it's not as good, you know, real tan is superior, you know, no stain in the sheets. But I've found a tan that doesn't transfer too bad for me on other people it might, but on me it really doesn't transfer that much, like at all. So I'm going to show you what fake tan that is, but I just wanted to like, I'm never going to judge people who use sunbeds. It's completely up to you what you want to do, but this winter I know it can be tempting, especially if you've got seasonal saddies, to try and get like a little bit of warmth, and I know that it can help a little bit mentally, but you also need to consider the risk for your actual health. And a lot of the time, yes, there's other reasons why people use sunbeds, but a lot of the time it is a vanity thing. And this is going to sound really harsh, but I feel like it's the only way that made me listen, which is ridiculous because I should care more about my health than I should how I look. But I was just under the mindset of it will never happen to me, these things just wouldn't happen to me, which is a really stupid mindset to have. But the only thing that helped me was, I can't remember whether it was a TikTok or a Facebook post or something, but it was basically talking about how it's ironic that people will use sunbeds for like vanity purposes, because having a tan makes them feel better, but not considering the fact that, you know, you could end up like having to get rid of all your hair. You could end up with having massive like chunks of skin cut out everywhere all over your body, scars everywhere. And they were like, you know, if the risk of the actual health complications can't put you off it, maybe that can. This is the fake tan I have been using recently. It's the 1 hour express tan, but I've never done it for an hour. I always leave it on for at least 5, if not more, but tonight I'm going to sleep in it for about 6-7 hours, which is longer than you're meant to, but it gives a much better colour. I don't think after an hour it would give you much colour, but this colour is just so nice. I look brown in this colour, I don't look orange, I don't look green, I don't look a funky colour, I just look a really nice brown colour. It's the extra dark one, and yeah, I basically just put this all over my body. I re-moisturise my like hands, my elbows, knees, ankles, so that it doesn't cling to any dry patches. So I'm going to fake tan my body, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to use on my face. But yeah, this is my current favourite fake tan. Other honourable mentions is the Bondi Sands Technicolor Magenta. Saint-Tropez Express Ultra Dark one is also pretty good. Loving Tan is really good as well, but it's very expensive, like it's insanely expensive. So this is probably one of the cheaper ones out of the ones I've just mentioned, and I really like it. So I'm going to do this. I will see you when I'm brown, and I'm going to watch more Vlogmas whilst I'm doing it. I'm obsessed with Vlogmas. I'm going to watch Lydia, Chinsia's sister. I'm going to watch her new Vlogmas. Okay, tan is pretty much done. I just want to show you the 2 final things that I do, which is I do go over my hands with my fake tan, and then when I'm done with my whole body, I basically go in and add some moisturiser to my hands and just rub it in, and I find I don't really get like the weird like orange hands anymore. I've got a weird stain on my pinky finger though. I don't know what that's from, it's like a dark grey. And then the final thing I want to do is try my Tan Lux tanning water from my advent calendar on my face and just see how this goes. This says light to medium, but I'm not bothered about my face being a bit lighter than the rest of my body because it usually is anyway. I almost feel like it makes it look a bit more natural, so I think I just spray it. You rub it in. I'm not going to use the mat I've just used for my body. I'm going to use my Saint-Tropez mat, which is dirty, but it's dry. Doesn't have like wet product on it. But yeah, that is my tanning routine, my hair routine, and my cozy night in with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for keeping me company. I hope I've been able to keep you some company as well. And I hope some of the tips I've given in this video have been helpful. If anyone does struggle with this time of year, with the seasonal saddies, if you will, seasonal affective disorder, if we're going to use a proper term, I massively struggle with it every year. I pretty much always have since I was like 16. So yeah, I'm with you if you are in the same boat. We're in this together. Hopefully even just like my Vlogmas or other people's Vlogmas gives you something to do on an evening, gives you a bit of distraction, makes you feel like you're not on your own. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this video here, so give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to and you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video, which is probably going to be my alphalete review, because my stuff came for that today, so I want to try and get that video up this weekend, and then we're back to normal Vlogmas next week. But yeah, I've really enjoyed doing this video. I've never done a nighttime routine before, so if you guys would be interested in a morning routine, let me know and I can definitely film one. But yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you in my next video. I'm gonna go and cozy up on the sofa with Dan now, so